Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Real Graps podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Saturday Night Main Event, I just found out, TV event. I thought it was a pay-per-view that happened over the weekend. I am here, your host, Uptown Lupo 420. I'm here with my two friends slash co-hosts, Abner and Noel. Guys, how we doing?
Um, aka your boy Bronson Reed. I'm still recovering from the broken foot I suffered at War Games. If you saw, I fell pretty hard. Yeah, my foot's kind of messed up.
Yeah, there's a
Rip.
reason why you shouldn't be up on that cage, big dog.
I still don't know why he was up that high, but anyway, I digress.
Yeah, I'm chilling, living the good life.
That's beautiful. So Saturday night main event. I will say I'm a filthy casual. I never watched one. Have you guys seen any of the older ones or what?
Bro, no, we haven't.
I remember, I remember when they used to try, like they would do it like here and there in like the mid 2000s. I want to say it was, and I remember, God, John Cena might have faced either Shawn Michaels or Randy Orton on one. But like that's like my only recollection of Saturday Night Main Event.
Hmm. And you were talking about you basically USA wanted like something to put on their network, essentially.
Oh, is that what it was?
I don't know if
Um,
that's I don't know if that's like what it is. I just think it makes sense that they did a TV special on Saturday, so USA Network still has um wrestling, but then I forgot that SmackDown's moving to USA or is on USA now. So they already have it. So it doesn't matter.
oh, okay. So you were just talking some fake news to me.
Yeah.
That's fun. I do enjoy lying to my friends as well.
Yeah, I know.
I
Um,
love lying.
uh, so before we actually get into the typical WWE event, you get to see everybody do like the athlete walking into the building. We had a little segment with Jesse the Body Ventura. He came back
Yeah.
in his beautiful snake coat. That is apparently Damien. If you didn't know who Damien was, it was the priest, the snake.
Damien was the priest.
Damien was the priest, and he obviously wasn't. His prayers were not answered because he got turned into some fine ass fashion.
I have a lot to say about Jesse the Body Ventura.
Hit us with it.
Um, I would like to say I think it was actually like a good thing for him to be on the show, and it was sort of refreshing in the sense of him like him leaning into being a heel commentator was something that Corey Graves would like do it from here and there. Pat McAfee, I guess, like did it a little bit in like NXT, but like someone just going really into I'm the heel commentator made me like kind of like damn, like I kind of miss those days, like when Jerry the King Lawler would be like, "Oh, I'm cheering for Kurt Angle," like when Kurt Angle was a heel and shit like that. Like I thought like that was like kind of refreshing.
Yeah. I was gonna say this also kind of does like a. It seems like ever since Vince like left the company, they've been doing all of these things to basically signify like, hey, like we different now, and I feel like that's one of the things too. Like, especially when you watch that Vince McMahon documentary, which we did a little podcast episode about. I don't know if you guys are aware, but that whole thing with like setting up a union and then basically getting ratted out and kicked out and disgraced from the company for what is it, 37 years or whatever he was talking about. So it's just nice to see like, yeah, we're cool. Like we're with it now, you know?
You ever see on Twitter when they show like a old promo, like an old WWE promo, and like the cutting back and forth of the camera shots and stuff like that, and then compare it to today? And
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm getting so used to the new style that the old Kevin Dunn style makes me like kind of sick and like nauseous, like trying to watch it, like just cutting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's like Jesus Christ, like I feel like I'm watching like a SpongeBob episode right now.
Did you ever see that one clip on Twitter that was like, I don't even remember the move, but it was like to do a single move. It might have just been like setting up and doing a super kick. There were like 10 cuts in 10 seconds. It was ridiculous.
That's how it really was. And, like, it was like really like that. Like it's just crazy to think that for the longest time that was successful and they like just never pivoted and now it's completely different.
Not only that, but bro is getting paid $2 million a year.
That was Vince's like right hand man.
Mm-hmm.
Him and
That's
Johnny Ace.
crazy. He was getting paid $2 million a year for that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure it's some ridiculous number like that for years.
Actually, no, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the second highest paid because, like, think about it. Who else
Yeah,
would it be?
yeah, he was charging like he was like the head of like production for everything, and like he was like in the writing room. Like he wore a lot of hats.
Isn't Kevin Dunn the guy who was like, "Oh, I don't think Billy Kay's pretty enough," and then he looks like a rat?
Yes, that's it.
That's crazy.
I might share that opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, can you really say that to a woman that looks like Billy Kay?
That's true. As a dedicated Jim Cornette listener, every time Kevin Dunn is mentioned, I just have to talk about. You guys know the story with him?
No.
Oh my god, you guys don't know?
What
Okay,
story?
No.
so Jim
I mean, we
Cornette.
might know the story, but you're not specifying what it is. So.
Jim Cornette one time in the creative meeting was with like Kevin Dunn, and they were talking about like highlighting the legends, which they do on this very show, which I do enjoy. Um, and basically he was like, "Oh, we should like showcase this guy. He was like an NWA champion or whatever, blah blah blah." And Kevin Dunn was like, "They're not gonna know who that was." And Jim Cornette basically called him a bunch of names, and then mocked his giant front teeth, and eventually Vince McMahon forced him to apologize to Kevin Dunn. And when he apologizes, Kevin Dunn starts crying about how the kids always made fun of his teeth.
I've actually never heard this story before. That's
Yeah.
insane.
That's why
I've never heard
people used to make fun of him in like the wrestling community because they didn't like him, so they used to always make fun of his fucking teeth. Because there's literally only like one picture that was ever put out of Kevin Dunn.
I wonder where he's at now.
He's probably like a director of like some like he apparently he always wanted to like be involved in TV, and like he was kind of annoyed that he was in charge of like wrestling because he didn't like wrestling. So
But like,
I'm sure he
I
kind of
mean,
like fucked off and is like some producer of something.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I love listening to Jim Cornette's podcast.
Yeah, dude.
It's as good as Eric Bischoff's. The only thing with Eric Bischoff's is I don't know if you guys have ever listened to his. That dude Conrad is a dick rider for AEW. He cannot take any criticism for AEW. Like he's like, well, like that's not even fair. That's not fair. Like you can't just say that about AEW.
The key demo.
Yeah, the key demo. Whoa,
He demo.
whoa. Like, dude, just like Eric Bischoff. They always like AEW fans always try to say Eric Bischoff never did anything in wrestling because AEW has been on longer than fucking WCW. But there was a good time where Eric Bischoff almost destroyed Vince McMahon's life.
I mean, he's the closest person to ever get Vince McMahon out of here. Like
Exactly.
He has that on his resume. I don't care what anyone says. Like he's the one person that was able to go toe to toe with Vince and actually hold his own and win a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, and the only reason he really lost was because money. Like they were just ran out of money.
some would say that's a very valid reason. Anyway, anywho, back to Saturday Night Main Event. Our first match here was Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Now, I will admit, I kind of have been out of the loop with wrestling for a little bit. Hands up, I didn't watch Survivor Series. Okay.
Whoa.
So I will say I do.
And you're the host of the podcast. Get out of here.
Listen, okay, not to shame myself, but we have a movie podcast, so I've been watching a lot of movies. Make sure you go check that out. But yeah, I would just say it's very nice to look at all the video packages before everything, so I'm like caught up. And the match itself was pretty cool. No, it wasn't. Actually, I lied. He was just okay.
Really, just okay.
Honestly, like if I'm gonna be completely honest, I thought excuse me, I thought every match on this card was like just okay, except for the main event. I was like, oh, this is good.
Okay, I agree with you, but in a way, for it to not be a PLE, I actually liked it because I would say like I'll just like get right to it. Like my biggest positive I have about this event, because I mean it's not a PLE, is the pacing. I thought the pacing from match to match was great. It really felt like it was like you're watching like an 80s show where they're very tight on a schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and every match, like, yeah, the matches might have not been the best per se, but I like I said, like I like the pacing of each match, and it delivered what it needed to, but it didn't do too much. Like they weren't like, okay, this is a PLE, let's go for broke here. You know what I mean? So I like I said, like I really enjoyed the pacing, like just the smoothness from match to match.
Yeah, I agree. I also again I felt that it was a. I was talking with Abner before we started recording. I thought it was a pay per view, so I was like talking to him. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of confused about how quick things went, and also like they were playing ads in the main event. So yeah, he was explaining that it was for TV. So maybe that I feel like it still doesn't really change my ratings on the matches that much. Like yeah, it is
Fair.
what it is, you know? Like you can't
Is that
really
like a
have you really except for a couple instances, you really can't have like a 5-star match on just like a random television show. Well,
yeah, when there's like you got a time slot that you got to worry about.
yeah. So getting back to the match itself, there were a couple good spots, like a springboard moonsault. That was super cool. Um, when Drew threw Sammy on the table, and then the other thing is the like reverse top rope move into like a sunset. What do you call that? A sunset flip? Sunset power bomb? Sunset something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Some
sunset.
problem, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, those are like some pretty cool moves, but I mean, overall, just kind of a pretty generic match. I don't know. What did you guys think?
I mean, yeah, I mean, they're not gonna do like anything crazy for a TV special. I also don't think they're gonna do anything crazy at all since we're close to WrestleMania season. So, I mean, it was a good match. They told a good story. It's just, I don't know why Drew's doing this though. Like, that's the only thing. Like, I thought his whole beef was with CM Punk, and now it's back to the bloodline. I guess they have to like have him do something, but
Well, wasn't
I
it
think
that when Bronson Reed got injured, they were like, "Fuck, we
they
gotta
had
do
to bring him
something."
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the story right now is it's pretty much like kind of like with Seth, but in a weird. It's like with Seth and Kevin Owens. It's like, oh, so we're just gonna help out the guy who's been a piece of shit for the past 4 years, who didn't apologize, who's pretty much gonna be on the same shit. If he beats Solo, becomes the tribal chief again, if he wins the championship again, he's gonna be his same self. And it's like Drew is fully embracing the heel part of it and like attacking the OG bloodline. Kevin Owens is mad at Cody Rhodes for betraying him, for teaming up with Roman. And then Seth is like in this in between of like, they're still my friends, but also at the same time, fuck CM Punk for helping them. But I don't know how I feel about my friends helping them. So it's like this weird like intertwining like between like all these three. Someone on I saw an Instagram reel, someone was gonna call Seth, Drew, and Kevin Owens the crashed out big three or the crashed out shield because they're
Mhm.
just all crashing out at the same time. But yeah, I think the storyline is pretty much just like Drew's like, oh, so we're just gonna help him out so he can be in power again.
Yeah.
Which it's like one of those things of like doing you're right, but going about it the wrong ways type of thing. I think that's
but is he going about? I mean, all right, I'm like, let's think about it this way. What Roman was up? I mean, he's my goat, tribal chief all day, baby.
One's up,
But one's up. They're actually mine has been up this entire time. I have not dropped my one.
and they
My
stay
hand hurts.
there, and they stay there.
But I agree with the heels more than the faces because it's like it's like Solo didn't do anything wrong to you guys. Why are you helping Roman? Roman's the bad guy in all this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I understand where Seth Rollins is coming from. I understand where Kevin Owens is coming. Kevin Owens like, dude, he almost like killed me and you're helping him out? Like what the fuck? And Drew McIntyre, since you explained it, makes sense. It's like, dude, are we just gonna forget that Roman Reigns was a scumbag for 4 or 5 years and absolutely put
Yeah,
everyone through hell? And like,
I
I understand why he's going about it this way because it's better. It seems like no one's gonna do anything about it anyway. So it's like, might as well just go up and fuck some shit up.
but
Mm-hmm.
you can make the case with like Jay and Jimmy. It's like, well, that's family. So like, you can't really turn your back on family.
That's
CM
Ohana.
Punk did. CM Punk did it for Paul Heyman as a favor, and then Cody was like, "I'll do this one off because I'm like getting annoyed with Solo and I need this to end." Drew attacking Sammy. Yo, Sammy, there is no reason for Sammy to have gone back to Roman. There's like zero reasons. When you like
Vibes.
as much as I love Sammy and as much as like I enjoyed that moment of him going back with the OG bloodline, looking at it from the heels perspective, it is legit pointless. Like, bro, they used you, they dismantled you, they tried ending you, you beat them, and Roman hasn't even has Roman apologized to anyone? Like, has Roman been like, "Yo, that was on me,"
No.
or is it
My bad.
like
My
but it's
bad.
like everyone's like forgiving him, so it's like that's why it's like hard. At least with Cody, it was like, listen, this is a one-off thing. I just want to get Solo out of my hairs. CM Punk is like, look, I'm doing this for Paul Heyman. Even though Jay and Jimmy are they're cousins, and I just at the same time like, yo, this dude didn't say sorry, and the heels are like, so we're just gonna let this rock, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
and then like Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy are like, yeah, like it's okay.
And
So
they try to keep like whenever I watch Raw or SmackDown, they try to explain why they're doing it. Jay and Jimmy make sense. They're like, that's family. Like I have to. Why is Sammy there? Even with Cody, like Cody, I know it's a one off and you had problems with Solo and all, but Solo wasn't going after you at that time. He was just going to go after Roman Reigns, so Reigns left. But let Roman Reigns deal with it by himself. So I kind of get where Kevin Owens is coming from. It's like Kevin Owens was like, I was there when you took him down, and then what do? You help him.
Yeah, like bruh. Like he literally just said bruh.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, and honestly, we should get it to this the end of the podcast. We got to talk about Cody's reign too, dude.
It's getting too
no,
old.
here we go.
It's getting a little old, man.
Let's get this
Just
guy
me.
Very
out.
That's my
bad.
thing. All right.
Yeah.
What was the next match? Was it Liv and Rhea or not?
It's
Liv and
Io
It was
Sky. It's Io Sky. Okay.
oh my bad.
Yeah. So Io Sky and Liv Morgan had a little championship match. Shout out to my motherfucking goat Charles Robinson. He
I was not expecting a Charles Robinson shout out today.
dude, he's my legend. He is an icon. He can get it anytime.
Hey
um,
yo,
just love that man. I don't know, like they specifically referenced him. Is he like not a ref anymore, or they just he's
No,
just
he's a ref.
oh okay. I thought I like I kind of forgot he existed. So I was just like, oh dude, like they got this guy back
I think I
for
think
the
he was
thing.
there when they had Saturday's night main
Yeah,
event back in
yeah.
the day. I think it was something like that, and he was a ref back then for it. So
Okay, I just thought that he like fucking was gone, and they brought him back. I'm like, yo,
oh wait, real quick.
yeah.
So I didn't watch. I just want to say I didn't watch Saturday Night Main Event live, and I remember when you guys were like when Abner was like, "Oh my God, it's Pat McAfee" or whatever, and I'm like, "Whatever, fuck Pat McAfee. I hate Pat McAfee." And then today I watch it, and I totally forgot. It's been like 3 days. I totally forgot that Pat McAfee comes back. So the show starts. Jesse Ventura and Joe Tessitore talking, and then they're like, "Here to go, send it to Michael Cole." And then I hear Pat McAfee's music. I forgot, and I got pissed off again. I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "This fucking guy, man." Oh my
He
god.
comes back on the 6th, I think. That's when the college football ends, right?
No, the playoffs. Since it's the playoffs, it extends. But I think at that point, it's only like the final four, or maybe something like, or maybe the final two. So they don't really need him as much because they'll just have like everyone like Saban and all of those people. So I think they don't really need him because they're not going to do college game day. They really just need him for college game day with like that atmosphere. When it comes to like breaking down the game and like actually being there, they don't need him at all because he's a fucking schmuck.
I
I
don't
think
know.
you
He's not
guys
bad.
are.
I think you just
Yeah,
hate him too
you
much.
guys are
Oh
trying
no,
to hate on my goat.
in the Drew and Sammy match, Michael Cole goes the Glasgow kiss, and
He's from
then
Glasgow.
and he's from Glasgow, Scotland. That's where he's from. Like, shut the fuck up, yo.
Oh, did you
Like Pat,
know? Did you know the
please.
Scotsman's from Scotland?
Oh my god, yeah. But I just had to get it off my chest because I hate Pat McAfee.
If he okay, so you think of him like I think of Dean Thomas.
Yes, and
If you guys,
Yeah, Dean Thomas.
if you guys have never watched a UFC event, the match will be going on, and they'll go, "Let's go over to Dean Thomas for his opinion," and like he will give, shout out Dean Thomas. I forget who he manages for the UFC, whoever he's coach of. Your fighter's good, but you give very generic opinions. Like he'll be like, "Guys, the fighter is getting hit a lot here. If they just learn to not get hit, maybe move and hit his opponent, he'll win." And it's like, okay, thanks. Like, thank you. You're breathing. They gave you a mic and you breathed on it. So I always wanted to like tell people every time I think of it, I have to speak it. So thank you, Noel. What were we talking about?
Noel's hate for Pat McAfee.
Oh, yeah,
and then
it's
the
completely miswarranted or whatever, misguided. He's the goat.
no,
Don't talk about my king like that.
fuck Pat McAfee. But no, we're also talking about the EOS guy and Liv Morgan match.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Can I be honest with you guys?
Hit me with it.
This match was really good, in my opinion, especially for like a TV setting.
I agree.
I thought it was a great match. I thought it was one of the best matches I've seen like a women's wrestling match. It was really good. They like
No,
and also I've been seeing on Twitter a lot that people are saying that Liv Morgan sucks, and I'm like, these people don't like watch wrestling. Like these people just like watch it through Twitter clips. I feel like because they have no idea what they're talking about.
Well,
Like-
that's what I kind of thought. Like, I think this would have been a really good match for the perspective of like Liv Morgan has been getting the shit kicked out of her by the bigger like Rhea Ripley this past like couple months. So it's nice to like throw somebody that is like her size, so they can kind of like do a bunch of different. Like she can have like a different move set in a way. And I think she was like doing that a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say like Rhea and Liv. It's weird. Rhea and Liv have good chemistry in every aspect outside of the ring. Like promo wise, when they're face to face, when they're attacking, everything is fine until they actually have a match with one another. There's never been a Rhea Liv match where I was like, yo, that match was good.
Mhm.
Like I just think their matches are so subpar. I don't know if it's because Rhea's, and I don't even think it's because Rhea is like so much bigger than Liv. I don't think that's the
No,
issue
bro,
because-
they were like the same height almost on Monday when I was watching. I was like, because I always thought that Rhea was bigger than Liv, like taller, but they were like she's probably like a couple inches taller than Liv.
Well, I mean
It's just-
like more like physically. Like she's
like
obviously like
friends.
she looks jacked, more jacked.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, then yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I'm just getting sick of Rhea Ripley all like in this feud. Like she needs something new.
Maybe
Yeah,
it just bothers me a little bit, but like at the end of the match when they do the whole shaboing boing and they're going back and she comes out, like is Raquel? Maybe again I haven't been watching, but is Raquel Rodriguez like just like a fucking nobody now? Like I thought she was supposed to be like the bodyguard. Like why are you just like letting her get like right up in her face like that?
Yeah, that was weird. I
I don't know.
didn't understand that. I didn't understand
like
that either.
that match was great. I'm just getting sick of this feud, like this Judgment Day shit. Like
Oh
it's
my
like
god, yo.
it's like a rinse and repeat. Like okay, we get it. Like Rhea lost her title. Also, can I say something about Rhea?
Say it.
I don't know, man, but it's, without the Judgment Day and like Dom by her side, she's kind of boring. At least Liv was still entertaining when she didn't have Dom.
Whoa.
You know what, Abner? Guess what? I agree with you.
But yeah,
I
like I
agree with
just think she's just boring. Like she like all her aura, like to me, came from the Judgment Day, like being like there as a Judgment Day. As soon
Mm,
as that left, it's like there's no aura. Like it's just like annoyance. Like all right, like I get it. Like you lost your title. Like
you.
do
Got
cryo.
something else.
screwed. Yeah.
Like
I just think this
okay,
feud has been going on way too long. Like, it's one of those things where the Judgment Day or Priest and Rhea need to go to the other brand. Like, oh my god, like I hate watching all of them cross paths. Like, it's
yeah, dude. Oh my god, we'll talk about that later too. But oh my god, dude, so annoying. Like damn, all
I
right, like
just
I
think
get it.
I just think the Raw women's division is so weak compared to the SmackDown one. Like, Naomi's probably what, like the seventh most important woman wrestler on SmackDown, and she would be top three, top four on Raw easily. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like Raw is so top heavy, whereas like SmackDown is so spread out.
Yeah, but yeah, good match.
Yeah.
I hope this shit ends on in January because they're having a match on the debut overall on Netflix, and I hope Liv wins because Liv has proven that she's better than Rhea in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to end this feud on the January 6th episode, and then whoever wins the belt, I don't even care who wins it, as long as we're just done with that feud and we just move on.
Well, the
Mm-hmm.
only way to be done is if Liv wins because this would be Liv's second win over her.
Mm.
Because if Liv loses, it's like Liv gets like a rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. You're right. Oh God, I would not want a rematch. Just end it, please.
Yeah, it's just boring.
Oh, Loki. Wait. Oh, I just remembered. So I just watched. I just remembered a key bit of that Liv Morgan match. Dude, she got fucking kneed really hard in
Oh
the face.
yeah, and she was fine. But I watched
She
Raw.
was.
I
She
watched
ate
Raw,
that
and she
shit.
didn't have anything on.
Like I fucking, I was like a high school wrestler, and I took one knee to the face that was not that bad. Like it was not as bad as that.
Okay,
And
Gable Stevenson.
my fucking front teeth like pushed forward into my mouth, and I had to get like fucking dental surgery and shit. Like I just anything
Oh,
with a knee.
really?
Yeah, dude. It
Like,
like you know how teeth like sit straight. It bent it so far back that like it went from like a 90-degree angle or like a straight line or whatever to like 45 degrees. It was so fucking crazy.
Jesus Christ.
And it was like if you I don't have the video of it anymore, but it looks like the most like nothing thing. Like it was just like a little like bump. But that was like knees on the ground, just like wind up and just bang right in the face. I would be
Jesus
kind of
Christ.
mad, but that's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying. It is what it is. She ate that shit, so
she ate it and didn't break her nose. Like, people were like, "Oh my God, she broke her nose," and no, she was
yeah.
chilling.
He said
Um,
that should charming.
yeah,
That
Nom,
should
nom, nom, nom,
charming.
nom. Eat that
Charmin
shit up.
soft. Maybe it's because she has the knee pad. Maybe that's why they do that.
Probably.
Probably to protect. I just wanted to give a big shout out real quick before we progress. There was a WWE Fortnite sponsored ad.
Oh my
Shout out
God.
Fortnite OG specifically.
Was there really? I must have blocked this out of my memory bank.
Yeah, when they did like the tail of the tape thing before the triple threat, it was Michael Cole said like, "Oh, this is sponsored by Fortnite OG,"
Oh Lord.
which I just thought was very funny. Speaking of that triple threat, it was Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Gunther. And when Finn Balor came on, is it like what's with the fuck? Like what's with the
What?
F? What's with the FXXX? Because that's like the only thing I can. I know it's supposed to stand for Finn, but it just looks like you're just broadcasting fuck.
Bro, he's edgy. I don't know.
You know what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
what to say.
Like when you see the FXXX, like what am I supposed to think?
Bro, he's just an edgy guy. I don't know who you want.
I guess that and like coming in with like like I understand he's a real proper naughty boy, but like coming in with like the fucking bag over his head was interesting. an interesting decision. Um, there was this match itself. I would say, yeah. I know I keep reiterating that everything is pretty like generic or like we've seen it all before type beat. But it was a typical triple threat match. Everybody got their moments. Everybody got their spots. Everybody got their doodads and whatnots and babus. Oh, um, Damian Priest when he went to do his suicide dive, his foot like caught the rope, so it like messed him up, and he basically just did a cartwheel kick to fucking Gunther. I don't know if you guys saw that or if you remember
Yeah,
that.
no, I saw that. I saw that. There was a couple things that happened to him in that match that was like just weird.
He looked
Like,
old.
I mean, he is like 45, isn't he?
Yeah, but that was like the first time like I've watched a Damian Priest match. I was like, yo, he kind of looks his age right now, like movement wise.
Yeah,
Wow, 45-year-old looks 45. Who would have known?
that and they were talking about.
Finn Balor's like 43.
I mean, he does not. I will say he does not look 43.
Well, I mean, Finn Balor's also a smaller guy, so like movement for him is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just that's just light work.
I mean, I mean that's what I'm assuming. I mean, but yeah, there's a couple weird moments for Damian Priest.
Demayan. Oh, they said his hometown was New York, but is it really like hometown advantage when you were talking about how you were homeless?
From the streets in New York, that's really not a.
I almost died on these streets. Is it really a hometown advantage?
Remember Gunther was like, "Bro, you're broke."
Bro, you literally are
Bro,
street
my
trash.
fault. My parents love me.
He's like, "Not my fault. I had a loving family that wanted me to succeed."
Yeah, bro really said like, "Yo, KYS."
Can we talk about how Gunther's been great on the mic recently? That's just what he said to Finn Balor the other day. He was like, "Listen, man, you were great 7 years ago, and now you're."
I love it. Yes, it's like I love that it's just like typical like European humor. It's not even like anything. It's just a European speaking.
I would say, but like real quick, like about this match, like it was. This is when I really started noticing the pace of the whole entire event, and I was like, "Oh my god, this match is already done," or like we're already getting to the finish. Like it felt like it was super fast paced.
Yeah, well, it was for 2 hours, and it started at 8.
Yeah,
but that was like the moment it really started to click for me. Like, oh my god, like we're going in like not like super fast, but like we're really on a 2 hour clock here,
like
and like they're not playing any games because like on Peacock they'll be like, oh, we start at 6, or start at 7, we end when we want to end type shit.
Well, they ain't fucking around.
I would say that I did enjoy the match though.
Yeah,
the match was good, especially the ending where Gunther power bombs him on the steel steps and then goes inside and just kicks the shit out of Finn.
Yeah.
Full speed, just kicks the shit out of him.
Also, that like power bomb itself was like crazy because he kind of fucked that, and he like when he went to go like do the power bomb and pick him up, his foot gets caught on the step, and so he kind of like almost drops him. Yeah, but he just says no, like I am the ring general, and just like fucking pops up and does it to him.
Who do you think challenges? So like Gunther won the match, obviously, but like, who do you think will challenge Gunther next? Like, who is even like?
I think the winner of Punk and Seth will.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I think Punk walks into Mania champion.
Really, you think so?
I think so.
Because he's never talked about I need to win at Mania. It's always I just want a main event.
Yeah, he doesn't care about winning at Mania. He always wanted a main event WrestleMania. So I mean, he could get that, but like, who would his opponent be?
John Cena.
You could do Cena. I was about to say you could do Cena.
John Cena.
You could do.
Why not give John Cena a third Royal Rumble? Fuck it.
Fuck it. We out here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. You could do Cena, or you could do Seth and Punk rematch, and Seth wins this time, but as the heel. But I don't know where does that leave Gunther though?
I think you can bring back Bob Brock. Fuck it.
Oh god, I don't know if they could do all that.
Why not?
You know why?
I mean, listen, Tessa Blanchard just showed back up in TNA, and apparently she was a huge racist. So
Yeah, but that's
It's not
TNA though. They're
was.
desperate.
It's not was, bro. Yeah, and like TNA's dying. They're about to lose like 5 stars.
no, my goat zigzags. He runs that, bro.
Yeah, that's why it's dying.
You are disrespecting my goat.
Um,
We talked about
Okay.
this. Okay, we you said you wouldn't bring it up on the pod.
we never talked about this. We talked about.
I know TNA. They're losing Josh Alexander, and he's the guy that wears like the like ear things when he wrestles. I don't know if
We
you've ever seen him,
no, I
but
don't watch TNA.
he's probably going to come
how,
to.
how are you getting mad at me for about Dolph Ziggler?
What are you talking about?
Bro, Dolph Ziggler stinks.
No, he doesn't.
So let's call it what it is.
My man's clapped. Didn't he clap Tiffany Stratton? So
No.
like,
Who? No.
yes, he did.
He
Yes, he
clapped-
did.
Who? Dolph Ziggler?
Yes.
No, he clapped Amy Schumer.
No. What? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
That's your guy.
No,
That's
my
your
goat. No. He
That's your
definitely.
guy.
There's a story that I heard Dolph Ziggler talking about. It might have been Sunny. It might have been some like it was some like wrestling chick, but like he was talking to her, and he was like, "Oh, like wear pink if you're like trying to pipe, basically." So he wears pink, and he goes and like pipes. So I don't want to
What?
slander on my goat. I swear to God, that story he told.
Dolph Ziggler, freakful.
I'm like I'm gonna look it up now, but you guys keep yapping on about my goat.
No, but they're probably going to lose Joe Hendry too.
Clap. Sunny.
Yo,
There you go.
he's gonna get such a big pop at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
he made NXT go wild when he showed up. Also, hold on, I've done some googling now. Amy Schumer also said that she broke up with him because their sex was too athletic.
What?
Okay.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It means she just wanted to lay down there while Dolph Ziggler was trying to do stuff, and she was like, "No."
Yeah.
So
Also,
I mean,
it was Sunny. So my
why did he
clap
go
Sunny.
out with her?
Because
And
she's
he's like
funny.
50 something.
She's
And
not
a
funny.
criminal.
She making
That's
me
already
laugh.
wrong. He makes you. Are you admitting to being? Are you admitting to me right now that Amy Schumer makes you laugh?
Yeah, I really like when she talks about being a dirty, disgusting whore and that her vagina stinks. That's really funny to me. Anyway, let's get back to the wrestling. Our next match is let's see, what do we got here? I'm flipping over my page. Jesse Ventura. I'm just gonna talk about some fake news that Jesse Ventura is talking about. I know he's trying to hype up the crowd and everything, but he does like a little segment here, and he talks about how that wrestling is bigger now than it was 40 years ago. That is not true. That is factually inaccurate, and I will not have misinformation on public TV and not get fact checked.
What do you mean?
Wrestling is
You don't think
not
it's bigger now?
No.
I
In what
think so.
metric? In what metric is it bigger?
The fact that they can now go to stadiums for like WrestleMania when back like up until I don't even know, but like they would only be like arenas and stuff like that.
Bro.
Yeah, but back when Jesse Ventura was doing it,
I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about like early 2000s even. Like I think we're at its biggest. We might not have the biggest star. Like the biggest stars obviously were like Cena, Hulk, and stuff like that. But as a collection, totality wise, and everyday watching and media wise, I think wrestling is at its biggest now.
Okay. So I'm gonna offer counterpoints or whatever you want to call it.
counter argument.
Dave Meltzer. I'm gonna try and
my
marinate
God.
these 2 points together.
No,
So when Dave Meltzer was talking, he was talking in a reply. The premise was about how basically Tony Khan made it business and is now worth $170 million or whatever, when Vince McMahon grew his company from 10 million to like 125 or whatever in like a certain period of time, like in a 5-year span. Does that mean, like, given the context of like things were a lot different when he made that massive amount of money versus today?
Wait, what are you saying? So Tony Khan made
Like
his.
AEW made more money in 5 years than when Vince made more money in 5 years. Like when Vince got the company from like 10 million to 125 million. Is that not a more impressive feat back then?
Yeah, but I mean, also Tony Khan. Tony Khan has billions of dollars just sitting down. Like, I don't know what the point of this is.
Well, the basic point that I was trying to say was that like um you may be able to sell like ticket prices have never been higher. So what am I trying to say? Like
Also, like,
numbers that you can get.
how much is 125 million compared to today from back then compared to today?
Well, because I'm saying that it's a harder accomplishment back in the past because of inflation and like the numbers were smaller. Like
Well,
the
yeah, no, I agree with you, but I mean, it kind of also shows that in 5 years, Tony Khan was able to do it because wrestling is that big that he was able to do it in 5 years and get that much.
well, I mean, there's always been opposition to WWE as the biggest brand. Like people are going to support the other brand. Um, at least when there was only a one competitor. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of forgetting about the entire amount of people that would consume just a territory. And there was like, 20 territories across the entire United States. The amount of raw people that were just consuming wrestling. Maybe WWE has like never been bigger. But I think that, we kind of had a little bit of an argument about this maybe 2 podcast episodes ago when we were talking about like the curtain call. Maybe like 3 or 4 when we were talking about like kayfabe and all that and like viewership from the past versus in today when like everybody knows about like wrestling and all the ins and outs of it. Basically, Robbie
I
blew
don't know.
me out in
I
an
understand
argument a
I
month
understand what
ago,
you're
and I can't let
saying.
it go.
I understand what you're saying. It's like, but I do think wrestling is bigger now just because of like how it's like it's way too available to everybody. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I was gonna hate this, but the NBA right now, the NBA is struggling because
Here we go.
there's like people are can't watch the NBA. Also, the NBA sucks. That's another thing. But
I'm not even gonna argue.
like it's too like people can't watch their teams and stuff. So with wrestling, it's like you can go on YouTube, you can go on Twitter, you can go on Peacock, you can go on Hulu. It's gonna be on Netflix soon. It's like widely available. So that's, in my opinion, it is bigger because there's more avenues for it. Back then, like it wasn't. And I agree with you. It is a bigger feat than what Vince McMahon did because Vince McMahon didn't have like a billionaire father who supported the business.
He
You know
only
what
had
I
a
mean?
millionaire father.
Yeah, but he
Just
didn't
it's just a
support
little
Vince
mill.
McMahon.
That's
He
Just a
he
little
didn't
mill.
support Vince McMahon though. There's a difference.
true. He got it out the mud.
Yeah, but
I
no,
just
I think wrestling definitely is bigger today.
Um, I'm gonna, for the sake of argument, respectfully disagree, but we can leave it at that.
okay, Meltzer.
You look at the key demo. The key demo.
Key demo. They went up against the NBA Cup.
Was that the excuse this week?
No. Actually, that was the WWE. Actually, Saturday Night Main Event beat the NBA Cup.
Oh my god. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a whole. I'm sure we could probably create the Real Ball podcast, and you could talk about your woes with the NBA. Aren't you an NBA reporter? You like to write about the
Not a
NBA, right?
reporter. I mean, I write like betting articles and stuff like that. But like the NBA is in a rough spot right now. But that's
So
neither here nor there.
there you go. Well, I just
Kick
wanted
his
to. I just
ass.
wanted to plug. Just wanted to plug the homie.
The AEW of sports.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa! Calm
Ah.
calm down there.
I'd argue it's the NHL, but I digress.
Thank you, thanks, Jim.
Just because I care. I care. Our next match is for the U.S. Women's Championship.
Yeah,
Before we even get into the participants, what do we think of a mid-card title for women?
Great.
Love it.
I think it's a great idea.
Love it.
That
Do
is
you
something
think-
I'll give AEW credit for. When they started that was a great idea.
How many belts do they have over in AEW?
I don't know. I don't watch it. No, I would know.
Nah, Brian Pitts would know. Our good friend, he would know.
Well, he's one of the co-hosts. He just pops in when he feels like it.
He's too busy watching AEW.
True. It's whenever we choose to record, it's always a day when it's on.
But I really do enjoy that they're including 2 mid-card women's titles, just because the women's roster compared to like even 10 years ago is a lot of talent, you know?
Yeah.
So to give someone like a Chelsea Green or even people like the Naomis of the world, who you might not want them to hold the number 1 women's title, and if they did, you don't want them to hold on to it for too long. I think a mid card title for a lot of these women on the roster, perfect for them. Like on Raw, I could see Dakota Kai getting it.
True.
Like I think that's someone who's like a perfect mid card women's wrestler. I think is like Dakota Kai, Chelsea Green, Naomi.
Michin.
Like I think Michin might.
No.
You know what, Abner? You go into it. Abner, you do it.
I think Michin is so ass, bro. Oh my god. She's boring. None of her movesets are good. It's just like what is her gimmick? What is her gimmick? Ablation?
She's black and Chinese.
Like, I don't think she's Chinese.
Bro.
Oh my god! No, wait, she's not Chinese. Is she Chinese?
That's racist,
no,
bro.
No,
That's
no!
Racist. You're racist.
It's crazy because the second I said it, I remember the Twitter thread where I think she said she's like Korean or something. Oh,
yeah, she's definitely Korean.
Yeah, she's black and Korean.
But like, I don't know, bro. Her gimmick just like she just sucks. Like, I think she shouldn't really.
Another thing of her gimmick is that her sister dates Big E. That's another gimmick, part of her gimmick.
Oh, another
really
something.
Yeah.
Something they did in this match, they mentioned TNA.
Whoa.
Like
twice.
They mentioned the fact that Chelsea Green's first televised match in professional wrestling was against Michin and TNA, and then they both went up against each other for that title, for the TNA Knockouts title.
Huh.
Yeah, that they were like the both Knockouts champion. Yeah, they mentioned it twice about.
And
TNA.
I was like, whoa, TNA mentioned in the main roster? What's going on? What's going on here?
Vince is pissed watching that.
Vince is like, what is this shit?
But like, there is when Michin came out, I was like, there is no way anyone in that arena outside of anyone wants her to win, unless it's like a friend of hers.
Keith Lee in the crowd because he can't work in AEW.
No one wanted Michin to win except for maybe Adam.
And Michin.
Me, I did not want her to win. I was hoping she would get fired after the match and go to like a different company.
Why does she?
I don't hate her. I don't hate her that much. It's just like she's just so boring, bro. Like there's nothing about her is good to me, and that's just my opinion. But like I don't know, man.
That's just like my opinion, man.
She's just stale. She's just stale.
Yeah, even when I was watching NXT, I was kind of like, when I first saw her in NXT, I was like, okay, this is like whatever, you know. Now she's on like the main roster, and I'm kind of like, all right, it's whatever.
And like she's one of Triple H's favorites, and I'm like, Triple H, like why is she here? Like think about it this way, Jimmy. If Vince McMahon was around, she would have been gone.
Probably.
Oh yeah, she would have been fired by now.
Like she would have been gone. Like why is she around? It's because it's because she's Triple H's favorite, bro. Like she's one of his favorites.
You know what?
And she was co-main.
Yeah, she was co-main event. And the match was decent. The match was decent, and I think I'm like 100% sure Chelsea Green got the loudest pop of the night when she won.
I think
so. Yeah, it was kind of wild.
Too. People fuck with Chelsea Green. I do too.
Nah, Chelsea Green's tough. Low key. Chelsea Green is very charismatic. She can play a character and she can wrestle. You guys ever watch her wrestle like Pentagon?
No. In Lucha Underground?
Yeah, bro, she was cooking.
Jim, she could actually wrestle like flips and
like no, she can actually do it, but like she doesn't need to because I mean, why would you?
She knows how to play a role. She knows how to play her gimmick, and it works perfectly. And it got her over organically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was another thing they mentioned. They didn't mention Zack Ryder, but they were like, "Oh, we're in Long Island," because she did the Rough Rider. They were like, "Oh, we're in Long Island. It's only fitting she does the Rough Rider." I was like, I got it. Michael Cole. I'm listening.
I hear you. You are seen.
Speaking of Zack Ryder, I'm surprised he isn't in the WWE now.
Isn't he?
He doesn't want
a
to.
big indie guy now. He wants to be on the indies.
He said he's making more money on the indies just by being like a big name down there, like being a big name on the indies and just going from place to place, and then getting belts and stuff like that. Like and autograph signings, like the whole nine. Like he said, he's making a lot of money down there. Which I mean, if you do it right, you can make a lot of money on the indies if you really know how to market yourself, which he's doing, and he does it. And I think the other thing is when he comes back if he was to come back to the WWE, we would look at him as Zack Ryder. We would expect him to use Zack Ryder, and he's made a bigger name as Matt Cardona that he doesn't want to. Like he just wants to be Matt Cardona now.
Yeah, I want to be Matt Cardona.
Yeah, facts. After that win, yeah, let me be Matt Cardona. I'm waiting for him to post a picture with the belt.
He already did.
Oh, he did.
Of
course he did. But Chelsea Green, I think, really deserves it though. I think she's the perfect mid card champion. I don't know. It's like she's like if you were to build the mid card women's, I think Chelsea Green is like she's like a prime. I don't want to say this because I know you guys don't like him that much, but like in terms of like not being the best in the world, like in ring wise, but like knowing how to play character, knowing how to get the crowd, whether it's to cheer or boo or whatever. I think she's like a prime Miz.
Ooh, you know
prime Miz.
I think I got a really good. I think I have a really good NBA reference. Like, tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh, here we go.
She's like,
I love it.
She's like Dennis Schroeder on the German national team.
Okay, I'm feeling you. If you give her the opportunity, she cooks, but not in like the main event, not in like for the world title, but on like a secondary scale, she cooks. Okay, okay, Jim.
I just wanted to do that because I know Rob will probably giggle at that.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a hot take.
What did you say?
That's a hot. You said she's better than Rhea. That's a hot take.
Yeah, that's a hot take. I don't know if the internet's ready for all that.
The internet's not ready for any of my takes because I am indeed smarter than the internet.
That's true. You should listen to this guy off the pod.
Yeah, I'm unhinged.
I'm him. Let's see. Oh, they did the whole. This is Damien. I made Damien into a coat bit. That was funny.
Oh, they had no idea how to react to that. Jesse Ventura was just flying off the cuff. They're like, "What the fuck is this guy talking?"
Pat McAfee. Even though like I think you're too hard on him, he did suck in that part where Jesse Ventura was like, "This is Damien," and Pat McAfee's like, "Yeah."
What?
So he had no idea what the fuck Damien is.
Yeah, it was weird because it felt like Jesse Ventura was doing like the old school style of commentary, and Pat isn't used to that. Where Michael Cole can obviously Michael Cole's been around forever. Like Michael Cole is the GOAT. Like he could do whatever. And Pat is so used to like the new age where when Jesse Ventura was like going off and shit, Pat, because I could see it like a little bit like on the like during the main event, you could see Pat's face and he's just like silent, like he just doesn't know what to say. Like Jesse Ventura's just like, "God damn, like, come on, Kevin," and he's like cheering for the heel. Pat McAfee's like, "What?" Like I think Jesse Ventura caught Pat McAfee a little bit off guard. He was like, "Holy shit, this guy's unhinged right now."
Somebody,
yeah, but I think he.
Go ahead.
I think Pat McAfee, I think that's the issue with a lot of commentating in today's wrestling. No one's a heel commentator who actually actively cheers a heel. Like Corey Graves does it, but it's kind of ass when he does it. It's like it's not like I know you don't mean any of that because you're friends with these people. Like I know your tricks, Corey.
Yeah. Corey Graves is like the only one that tries it. Everyone else is just like there. Like that's just how I feel sometimes. Like, and like Joe Tessitore, Michael Cole, obviously are not supposed to be doing that. But like anyone else that like even in NXT, it's just like Booker T and stuff like that. I just feel like you're there. Whereas like with Jesse Ventura, like he might have been like unhinged. He might have been like a little bit like all over the place and like unscripted, but it just felt like a breath of fresh air hearing someone just play a role and just like play a character doing commentary. Like, and it just felt so old school to me. Like Jerry the King Lawler used to do it. Taz used to do it and stuff like that. Even though Taz, I know Brian still likes Taz in
Doesn't wait,
AEW.
why do you hate Taz?
No, I don't hate him, but Brian still loves his commentary in AEW. He told me that the other night.
Dude, his fucking commentary on AEW is let's be real, mid.
I don't know. I don't watch.
Yeah,
Dude,
I wouldn't know.
There's this one clip. They're like, well, I think it's also because he has to deal with like genuinely two like brain rotted individuals sitting next to him, and so like
Who?
the
Wait, I genuinely do not know.
Excalibur and what's his name? He's been in
I really
wrestling
don't.
forever. Tony Schiavone.
Yes, I don't know.
And
who
so like
Excalibur is.
he just
I know
fucking
Tony Schiavone.
yaps at them, and then he just fucking sometimes he just turns his brain off and just like kind of does whatever. I'll defend.
I'm gonna keep it real. Who is Excalibur?
I don't know,
he's
but
a
if
dude.
Noel, if you didn't know, he is the Wrestling Observer's best announcer every year.
Are you serious? I've never heard of
Swear to
him.
God,
Yeah, like I'm dead ass.
Yeah,
Like I know Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone is like WCW. Like Tony Schiavone has like been around forever.
He
but I don't
actively
know who-
is laughing at this shitty wrestling as it happens.
Who? Tony Schiavone? Yeah, because I don't think he likes working there. I don't think he likes working there.
I wouldn't either.
But yeah, dude, Excalibur. I was like, when I saw that, because I only found out because I was listening to the Jim Cornette podcast and he was reviewing the awards,
Yeah.
and they were like giving awards to like Japanese wrestlers, like top 10. It was like top 10, and number 1 was MJF, which was like okay, which was yeah, sure, go ahead, you can give it to him, but he really wasn't number 1. But then like 8 through like all these other people were in there, and it was some Japanese wrestlers that no one in America has ever heard of, unless you
Stardom.
read the Observer.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with Japanese wrestlers, but there's a reason why New Japan is failing. It's because none of them are that big there, even in Japan.
Actually, I'm not going to cut you off right now. It's actually not New Japan. It's Stardom, one of the most popular women's wrestling organizations of all time. So please put some
What are you talking about?
It's Stardom. You don't know what Stardom is? You fucking...
No, I know what Stardom is, but there's a fucking company called New Japan.
I know
Do you
that
not
they
know what
exist.
that is?
Listen, I know. I'm not a casual like you.
I know what Stardom is. That's where Guila
Julia.
come from.
Yeah, you don't even know.
It's
You don't
just
even
Julia.
know.
It's Julia.
Bro, like what are you yapping about, bro? Like just a yapper,
Like, you're
just a
just
yapper
yapping.
See, this is what they do in the group chat to me every day. They do this to me every day.
Yeah, because you just spewed policy. You just told me that I didn't know what Stardom was when I was talking about New fucking Japan.
I think you're conflating the two. But anyway,
No, I'm not. What?
He just got gaslit. That was crazy. In real time. That was so crazy.
Kevin Owens, man. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Wait, okay. Another little side tangent before we actually get into the main event. We'll get there, I swear. The Winged Eagle belt.
Hot.
I want to know what you guys think, and then I'm going to fucking destroy your little casual opinions.
I think it should be the main belt because it
Really?
looks better than the real one.
I think it's a cool belt. I think it's I think it fit the era. I don't think it fits today's era, but I think it's a cool belt.
I mean, dude, it's a fucking belt. Like, what do you want it to look like? A starship?
I prefer the gold world heavyweight belt over the wing belt. That's just my take.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the Universal title belt sucks. Like, it's just a big W. Like, WWE these last, like, 12 years, terrible belt designs, especially the world titles. Like, remember when the Universal title was red? Ugh.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was kind of ass.
And then if it
No.
went to
Yeah.
SmackDown, it was blue.
What did you think of the Daniel Bryant one? The one that was made out of hemp?
That was okay, but it was like, it was still the same issue.
Yeah.
I hated it. I thought that shit was so dumb.
Speaking of Daniel Bryan, is he coming back?
What?
Is he
I don't know.
Oh.
Is he ever coming
Heard-
back?
To where?
Yeah. The
No,
WWE.
No.
because I saw something on Twitter that he was like at at like a promo thing with like for AEW with Big Justice and AJ. So I don't think he's coming back.
Dude, his
soon.
fucking body is shutting down. He's starting to do like he needs to start doing the stem cells like Rey Mysterio.
Wait, Daniel Bryan or
Daniel
AJ?
Bryan, like Daniel Bryan's like body is shutting down. That's why he's like
yeah. I mean, he could have. WWE was
soon.
like WWE was like you can like go home and be like a father if you want, or
Yeah, WWE was like, you're fine with you wrestling, but just don't fucking kill yourself every night. And he was like, nah, I want to break my neck. And they were like, you know what? Bye.
They're like, all right, well, good luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah.
Like, you have a family.
Yeah. Okay, so what if I told you that belt that they used was just a
replica
belt?
Yeah, we know. I know.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, it was just we already
knew a replica.
That. They couldn't use like the actual like belt
because I think the actual belt became the hardcore belt.
Well, that and they can't use the actual belt because it's got the WWF logo
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was gonna be my fun little bit of trivia, but I guess you dumb kids and your stupid dog or whatever ruined my fun.
Sorry, Tim.
Sorry.
Anyway, the main event of the evening: Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. I thought that it was the best match of the night. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought it was a great match. I thought they did a great job storytelling too. And Jesse Ventura was excellent during the whole thing.
Yes.
I really like this match. And okay, two things I could agree and disagree with Abner on Cody Rhodes'
bro.
title reign.
What are you dragging me into this for? I didn't say a word.
If you hate Cody Rhodes' title reign, and I like it, but I think Kevin Owens probably should have won low key.
No.
Kevin Owens, why not?
Because he has to finish the story.
Bro, he finished.
He already did. The story was winning the title.
No.
If The Rock really is not coming back for WrestleMania, then Kevin Owens should have won. But we don't know, obviously. So who knows? But Kevin Owens is like kind of on fire. And then the aftermath, like the fans were cheering for Kevin Owens. Maybe Cody Rhodes comes back as a heel.
They turned on him. They turned on your boy.
No, because I don't think they're booing Cody Rhodes. It was just more so what Kevin Owens did was like what he's been doing is so cool and fresh that the fans are always behind Kevin
so
Owens.
They needed a freshen up Cody.
No. You know what my take on the Cody title reign is and how the bloodline affects all of it.
Okay, but you're the world champion. Shouldn't you be like outshining them?
It's hard to outshine them when
it's not. You're the main guy now. You're the champion. Shouldn't you be outshining them?
That's with the bloodline.
But you can't just outshine someone overnight. The issue is that everything that Cody is doing is we know it's going to lead either to a Roman rematch or a Rock match, right? So it's like all of these feuds feel pointless because we know what the end goal is going to be at the end of the day. So it kind of sucks that like some of these people, their end goal all is like determined by like how the bloodline storyline is going to finish out or continue. Who knows when the fuck that's going to end? And it's been going on for 4 years.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so. I think it's more that there's no reason why Roman Reigns, who wasn't around for 6 months, should be outshining the WWE World Champion, who's in every storyline.
Well, it's because Roman is not easy. Okay, the difference is Cody's getting that treatment of like Cena in the late 2000s because he's always on TV because he always wants to be on TV. Whereas with Roman wasn't easily accessible. So it makes you feel as though like, oh my God, I can't wait for Roman to come back because you don't see him all the time. So it's kind of unfair to Cody that Cody is on TV every week with the championship, being the company guy, but his reign is stale because he's actually defending the belt. Like I feel like that's kind of unfair to him.
You just said his reign was stale, so you agree? You just said it.
No,
you just said it. You just said it. Jimmy, did he not say it? Jimmy, replay it. Replay it. What's the?
No, I'm saying that like people are saying it's stale. Like you think it's stale, right?
Dude, it was stale after like the 5th solo match because here's the thing. Here's the difference between his reign and Roman's reign. Roman had a new opponent almost every time.
But why
And
is
like
that?
also, what?
Why is that?
Because Cody, like, who's Cody going to work with? Cody's really
Because
worked with.
there's two reasons behind that though. Roman, because he was gone for like 4 to 5 months. Obviously, you're going to have different challenges. You don't have to worry about being on TV all the time. And with Cody, it's once again it goes back to the bloodline. We want everything revolving around the bloodline, so we had to deal with Solo because Solo's like, oh, the
But
family
why?
lost.
So this is my argument though. He's the world champion. He should be outshining them, and he's not. Like I understand what you're saying. Like, oh well, he has to face this and that, but he's the world champion. This last feud wasn't what's it called? Bloodline. It wasn't. It was Kevin Owens, and he was getting outshined by Kevin Owens in his own feud.
Okay, I'm trying not to sneeze. Um, I could see where you're coming from.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, I'm not saying Cody's a bad champion. I'm just saying like he's not like he shouldn't be champion for like a year. Like, remember when WWE used to do that thing where like you're only champion for like 6 or 7 months? Like, that's fine. Like, because he's always on TV, and that's why it kind of ruins it. With Roman, you could do that for 4 years because he's not never on. He's not always on TV.
But is that unfair to Cody though? Because he wants to be on TV every week. Like, should
No,
Cody
it's
just
not
take
unfair to Cody because the crowd's turning against him. What are you going to have him as champion if the crowd doesn't want him?
I don't think the crowd is turning against him. Though. He's not getting booed.
Then why were they booing him? And then why were they cheering Kevin Owens?
No, they weren't booing him. They were cheering for Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens did something cool. I don't think they're booing Cody because even when Cody comes out, he's still getting big pops.
I don't know, dude. I felt like he's not. I don't think he is. Like, I was watching it live, and there wasn't for Kevin Owens. There was a bigger pop than for Cody.
I think if you
that's another thing. Like, why is like I get what you're saying. Like, oh well, Kevin Owens is doing something cool. That's why he's getting. Why? Like, there's no reason why he should be getting that over Cody. Cody is the world champion. Like, you think Roman was getting the loudest boo? Roman wasn't getting the loudest boos because he's the heel champion, but Cody as a face can't get like the loudest cheers. A heel has to get it.
Let me ask you this question: who was the last face world champion that didn't get stale or didn't have this issue come about? Because Seth had this issue. Cena has had this issue. Everyone has had this issue.
Let's see. I gotta think because there hasn't been that many.
I don't know if you guys were wondering. I don't know.
No, I gotta think. Hold up.
Because like with Seth, like Seth had this same issue where it was like, okay, it's getting redundant now. It didn't happen with Damian Priest when he turned face because Damian Priest wasn't champ for that long.
Exactly.
But Damian Priest isn't. But Damian Priest is not going to be a face of the company guy. He's a transitional champion. Unfortunately,
it worked with CM Punk. CM Punk had to turn heel eventually for The Rock, but CM Punk was so popular, his reign didn't get stale.
But he had to. But exactly though, he had to turn heel. Like he had to switch it up.
Yeah, but he didn't turn heel because the crowd was against him. He turned heel because he had to for The Rock and Cena.
But it was just I know, but it was just that was like something that was just like a great happenstance. Like the timing of it was like perfect. Whereas like a lot of the people that they want to make the face of the
Daniel
company,
Bryan didn't get stale.
He's one of the few, but also with Daniel Bryan, he didn't have that long of a reign because of his neck.
Remember, so what do you asked me a long reign that didn't get stale?
Yeah, But
you can't say that about Cena because when Cena was champ for a year, like he was already like nobody liked him in the first place. He was kind of forced upon you.
Super Cena.
But I feel like that's just the thing though with like these like super baby faces that have long reigns. It's just gonna happen, and it sucks. I saw something on Twitter. Someone was like, "Baby faces make great hunters, but like the ones being hunted, a lot of the times, like it doesn't work for long periods of time. Like that's why
you're just proving my point though that like Cody should lose his title. Like that's what I've been saying.
But I see what you're saying. I just think it's unfair to Cody himself.
How?
Like,
it can happen to every babyface. How is it unfair?
because I don't think it's because I think in this situation the circumstances are different because I think the bloodline storyline that's been going on for almost 5 years now is just overshadowing all of the major storylines. The only major storyline it does not overshadow is Gunther because Gunther is so new to the company. Like by the time the bloodline really got going, Gunther was like doing his own thing. So like
Okay, and guess what? Gunther's the world champ. So you've
exactly, and
proven my
that
point. But you've proven my point. You're saying
no,
you're
no, but
you're saying that like Gunther's outshining him. What is Gunther?
I didn't
What
say
is he?
I'm not. No, I'm not saying Gunther's outshining him. What I'm
You just
saying
said
is
it. You fucking just said
no.
it.
I said no. I said overshadowing. I think the bloodline storyline is overshadowing so much, including Cody's reign. It's not necessarily that to me. I don't think Cody is necessarily getting stale. I think he's getting overshadowed by this storyline that we're waiting to finish. We know The Rock's gonna come. Obviously, The Rock's the biggest star in the fucking world. So like we're just waiting and anticipating The Rock. The Rock's gonna outshine anyone. So it's
Okay,
like we're
so
waiting for
I
that.
mean,
It's not
again,
like Gunther's gonna face The Rock. Like Gunther's
but
gonna face maybe Cena.
that's my point is that Cody can't outshadow anybody, and he's the main guy. He couldn't even.
Yeah,
He couldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like he can't outshine anybody. He can't even outshine Kevin Owens.
I think this was a one off though. He's outshined Kevin Owens up until Saturday.
Nah, not really. I mean, Kevin Owens is kind of making the feud.
Yeah.
I just think it's hard for him to outshine Roman when Roman has been put on this pedestal. Like it's like
I
when
get
CM
what
Punk.
you're saying, but I get what you're saying. But again, my argument isn't that Roman isn't up there. My argument is if Cody Rhodes is supposed to be the champion, this next big guy, you think of him as this great like wrestler, and
Babyface,
I
right?
do too, like babyface too. But like at a certain point, we have to look at him and be like, yo, like dude, can you like actually be like the main focal point of the company and not just a branch of it as a champion? Like Kofi Kingston was champion for like 7 months, and his reign didn't get stale.
I so what do you think would be in the best interest for Cody then? Like what do you think is it
I think he
I
has to
think
turn heel,
I
and I
think
think
he could turn
he,
heel or you move him and separate. I think to try. I'm not saying it would be 100% guaranteed work. I don't know. I think I would try having him be on a different brand than everyone a part of the bloodline and have those two things be separate. But I know that's not going to happen because, like I said, we have to like get the conclusion with like The Rock and Roman and all of that stuff together. But I think I would want to see, just want to see if Cody was on a different brand from like the bloodline and just avoided all that and got to do his own thing. And he's in charge of Mondays while the Roman can take over Fridays. What would happen?
I mean, yeah, we can see that, but I mean, right now, I'm talking about like right now. I'm like pretty sure if CM Punk was the face champion, he would be outshining most people because he was low key outshining Roman in at Survivor Series, in my opinion.
Do you think Cody's overrated?
I don't think he's overrated. I don't I don't think Cody's overrated. I don't think he's bad. I don't think any of that. I just don't think he is what people make him out to be.
You don't think he's top face of the company material?
Yeah, like I don't think he is because like it's like if you turn Gunther face, Gunther would definitely take that spot over. Because Gunther's like kind of unbeatable already,
Yeah.
and like two, like it's just like it's something about Cody where it's like the promos are all the same. The entrance is cool, but like you kind of like low key. Sometimes you're just forced to say the low part, like if you don't want to. I just,
Uh.
I just think like I think he's like remember when remember remember when Roman was forced down our throat as the big dog?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hated that.
At a certain point, Cody's kind of being forced down upon us too, because
Mm,
it's like, yeah, we get it. Like he's champion. The promos are all the same. My dad, all this and that,
my father.
and then like, yeah, like it's all the same. And it's like he's good. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's terrible. He's ass. He's not entertaining and none of that. I'm just saying like he's put on this pedestal, and I don't think he should be on it. Like he is world champion material, but I don't think he's kind of like he's kind of like when the Shield was put up to be the pedestal, like the next guys. It was Seth. Roman was going to be number 1A. Seth was 1B, and then Dean Ambrose was 1C. That's what Cody is to me, like 1C. Like he should still be up there, but he shouldn't be like he shouldn't be the main guy. Like he can't. He's not outshining Roman, and that was the point of this whole. I gotta finish my story, and then Roman comes back, and everything is like, oh, well, Roman's back. Who cares about Cody? Like, that's my argument. Like he can't outshine the old main guy. Why should he be the new one?
Ooh, get owned, liberal. Oh, you owned him.
I don't. I don't know if I don't. It's just hard because it's like Roman is such a big star that I don't think anyone can outshine him.
Dude, I know Brian's gonna hate me saying this, but I think CM Punk can definitely outshine him.
Yeah, but but we have so much history with CM Punk, and like CM Punk has like
he's like our dad.
CM Punk's been around. It's like if John Cena was to come back for like if John Cena was like still able to like be the same John Cena from like 10 years ago and came back full time, John Cena would outshine Roman too.
Yeah, but that's
because of the history we have with him.
But no, but like John Cena would still outshine him anyways because John Cena is magic on the mic. Like John Cena is actually like very good at entertaining people. Like that's like he's like Cody's basically set up to be the next John Cena, and I don't think he is. I think it's kind of like forced, and I think it's forced on him too because I think he's a better heel. Because I've seen his heel stuff. I think he's just a better heel.
Heel.
Like he's not a bad face, but he's not like I don't really want to like if he lost, like I'd be like, oh, okay, and if he won, it's like, oh, whatever. Like WrestleMania was cool because they built that up for like a year. That's why it was so cool to see him win. But like
he was in the WWE, like he's more versatile as a heel, though. I will give you that. Like he's able to do like snobby, handsome guy, like gritty type of heel. Like he's able to like mix it. Like he's very versatile as a heel. Where it's like it seems like as a face, it's like very like I don't want to say generic. Generic's not the like prototypical babyface material.
And like that's the thing. Like and like yeah, you can say that's unfair to Cody, but like he's being put up on this pedestal. Like Triple H, like when the night after WrestleMania when he won the belt, they did like this memoriam for him. And I was like, bro, all right, like this is kind of crazy. Like you guys made a whole memoriam for Cody Rhodes winning the title. Like, do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they did it on Raw or something, right?
They did like a whole video package for him winning. They're like, oh, this journey's been hard, but I'm back. Blah blah blah. Like he didn't start a whole new fucking company to compete, but it's like I don't know. Like I just like again, my argument isn't that he's not a top guy. My argument is that he's not like the face. Like the face could be someone like Roman, where like when Roman is there, even when Cena was the face, when those two are there, they're the main part of the show. And Cody's not that. That is my point.
Okay, I know I see what you're saying. I want to give him the chance first. If they were to like separate and like him get his own brand, but I know that's not going to happen. So I think the best bet is to like eventually turn him heel. It's just hard. Like, it's just I don't know. I still enjoy the reign. I know you don't. But you're not.
I don't hate the reign. Like I enjoy some parts of it, but it's not because of Cody. It's because of who he faces. Yeah, like that Gunther reign. I was low-key a little pissed off that Gunther didn't win because when you're like the Universal Champion, you're the top champ. So you'll never lose to anybody, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. Like I think that Gunther should have won to elevate the world title more, but they didn't do that because Triple H was like, "Oh, Cody, I love you." Oh,
you become alcoholism.
Cody. You know, Cody, I love you, Cody.
Cody, Anyway.
Like, I think Gunther can also be like a tweener. Like, he kind of is already.
Yeah, I don't think he could be a babyface. I don't think Gunther could ever be full-fledged babyface.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can be a tweener. Like, he's like, he can be like a Stone Cold face, whereas, like, he's gonna attack whoever he wants. Yeah. Or like a Brock Lesnar face, where Brock Lesnar was a face, but he was just beating up everybody.
I would say Brock Lesnar face is like the closest he can get to, where it's just like, whoever's put in front of me, I'm gonna beat the shit out of them.
But yeah, but that's also like I know it's not unfair to Cody, but like clean cut baby faces just don't work in wrestling anymore either. Like Kofi did it, but Kofi wasn't main eventing, so there was that. Um, After Kofi, it was Brock, and then after Brock, it was Drew. Drew McIntyre did it during COVID. He was champion for a while, but
Yeah, but
again,
there are
he
no
was like,
fans though.
there's no fans, but it wasn't. But his reign wasn't really stale.
Who
It
did
was
Drew
just
end up
like
losing to? Was it to Randy?
he lost to Randy, then won it back, and then lost it to Bobby Lashley, and then just went on
Yeah.
this 2 or 3 year rate like hunt for the title in front of people, and then he got it, and then Triple H was like, Drew, I think it'd be great if Damien cashed in on you at WrestleMania. That'd be a great moment, right, Drew?
And Drew's like, sure.
Yeah, so I mean, but yeah, I mean, clean cut baby faces really don't work in wrestling, and I think it's unfair to Cody, but I also don't think Cody has that in him. It took him like 10 years to show flashes of it. Like he never showed flashes when he was in WWE as a young buck.
As a face in the WWE, is that what or like
Yeah.
in general?
Like in general, like he didn't show it. Like I mean, you could say like Vince McMahon kind of screwed him, but at the same time, like when he was like a face, he didn't really show any like promise. There's a reason why he was released.
To me, he showed flashes until they made him Stardust.
Yo, Loki,
dashing Cody Rhodes and like.
But he was a heel. Rhodes. That's what I'm saying. He was a heel. I'm talking about like when he was a face.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, dashing Cody Rhodes, like that's what I'm saying. Like he's a better heel. Like that, and like if he was a heel, maybe he can be like Roman, but I just don't see it because when Roman was on top, like I don't think anybody's ever seen something like that since Cena, where like he's on top as a heel. That's it. Every storyline revolves around him, and it still does.
Yeah, legit. Every main storyline revolves around him, except for any storyline that involves Gunther.
Yeah,
because there's no reason for them to be intertwined. Everybody else, it makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my argument. Like, I mean, he like again, like Kevin Owens should have won. Like, why? There's no reason Cody should win unless The Rock's coming back. And if The Rock comes back, cool, The Rock's back. But then what's the end game with The Rock? It's going to be Rock and Roman at 42, and then you're going to have another. And you're gonna have like another year of like Cody being a babyface, and people are gonna get sick of him. You might as well just turn him heel once he loses the title, and then he goes on a rampage. I also want to say something.
Go ahead.
For all our listeners, I lost to Jimmy twice in fantasy, but in the playoffs, in the playoffs, Jimmy lost and I moved on. He didn't lose to me, but I just want to say he got very lucky this year. But now when it came time to play,
that Abner has been calling me lately has been like he could end up on a hate list. Like it's kind of been kind of crazy.
I haven't called you anything bad, you liar.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, Saturday Night's Live, it was good. I mean, the TV special.
Yeah, they're gonna do more.
There's another one on the 25th of January.
You want to go to it?
I know someone that. Where is it at though? Isn't it? No, it's in Texas, isn't it?
I mean, we can still.
Whoa, did you say all in Texas, Noah? What do you mean all in Texas?
I am not our friend Brian Pitts who loves AEW.
Honestly, hold up. I think, for the amount of trash that we talk about AEW, I think our next episode should be us watching an episode of Dynamite, the latest Dynamite.
I don't know if I could do it, Chief.
Sometimes you have to it's like when you're a drug addict, you have to take a hit one more time to really make sure that you don't want to be a drug addict anymore. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. That's a hard ass for me.
Well, I mean, you're a grown man. You can handle it.
No.
No.
I don't know, man. It's not that the way the company's run, it's just so obvious that someone who doesn't know how to book wrestling is running it. But people are just going to give them the benefit of the doubt because it's just not wrestling. It's not WWE. Like people were saying in NXT, like they do all that no selling shit, and people were like, "Oh, well, if this was AEW, everyone would hate it." And I was like, "No, I hate this shit. Stop not selling moves. What's wrong with you,
I hate this shit.
dude?" I really hate when wrestlers don't sell moves.
Like, what's the point of doing the
Randy Orton
move?
is legit fake hurt because he took a pile driver. They had to stretcher Cody out. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. The package pile
That's so
driver.
true. You know what the craziest thing is? Like, I don't know if did they show it live?
No.
No,
Yeah, I was about to say.
they went off the air when he won, and then everything we found out, which is kind of very smart on WWE's part, because it makes it look like it was like done on like off
Yeah.
script.
Like, whoa.
That's the second time they've done that with this feud.
Yeah.
Where it feels like it's like real and like just something happened that we weren't supposed to see. Because then even after when he walks up the ramp, he starts fighting with Triple H.
Mr.
Who has
H.
to calm down because he has the pacemaker in. Like,
Who
relax.
has to calm down?
Like, relax, man.
Like, we get it. You'll kick my ass.
Yeah,
Okay,
but like,
buddy.
no, the package pile driver is cool, and then I think the plan is that he's gonna now go around and defend the title,
That's tough.
which is cool.
I like that. I like that. KO is
What-
my king.
What would you rate the Saturday night main event, like out of 10? Like 1 to 10?
No, we should do 5 stars because we're Dave Meltzer.
Oh,
We're
5
better
stars.
than him.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'd give it a 3.75. Like, it wasn't amazing, but it was better than average.
That's crazy. Oh, you said 3.75. I thought I heard 4. In my head, I heard 4.
Nah.
I'm like, whoa. Go off. You're good. I'm sorry. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I thought it was a good event. It was a good TV like special. Like, that's how Saturday night main events apparently were. Like, they weren't like they're just a TV special that WWE did with stars on them.
I would say I would give it probably a 3.25. It was if it did its thing, served the purpose, wasn't over the top, but I enjoyed it though. So definitely I would say it's a little bit above average.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was glazing. Not glazing, but maybe I was maybe my aura, my state, my mindset. I was just kind of critical of everything. So I just gave it a 3. Like, I feel like because like the rest of my matches, I had just like they were like okay matches. You know, like this was like a good match. So I think it gets a 3. Does everything it needs to do. That's just where I was at.
I think a 3 is fair though. I don't think you're necessarily selling it short or anything. I think a 3 is perfectly fine for like an event like this. It wasn't like it's not a PLE.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah. Do we have it?
What's the next PLE? Is that the Royal Rumble?
Elimination Chamber, right?
No, the Royal
next
Rumble.
PLE is Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure, unless there's a crown jewel or some shit in between. I don't know about.
No, I don't think so. Yo, do you guys want to watch the Royal Rumble together?
We should do the drinking game. Like we used to. I did it once, but we didn't like drink to it. We might have actually. Okay, so like you how many people do you think are going to be with us?
I don't know. Definitely me and Noel and Brian Pitts.
We should do like
Video.
either
Robbie.
make it a drinking game or we make it like a pool. Like everybody puts in like $5 and like you get so many numbers.
Oh,
then, like,
I see what you're saying. I like
you know what I
that
mean?
idea.
So
Yeah.
it's like if there's like 5 people and there's 30 entries, that's math. Everybody gets 6 like numbers. And then it's all randomized and whoever, wins gets the pot.
I like this idea. I'm down.
Or you like drink whenever like your number gets eliminated.
I'm down for this. Evan, are you down for this?
Yeah, I'm down.
Bet. When is it again?
I think it's in February this year.
I'll look it up right this second.
Good. And in the meantime, make sure you sub to our other channels. Make sure you hit up the podcast on Spotify. I just uploaded the podcast now onto Apple Podcasts. Make sure you give us 5 stars and harass Abner on his Twitter. Thank you.
Yes. See you.
I wasn't gonna end it. I was just while you were looking it up.
Oh, I thought we were. Bro, that was
Bro,
the
why
perfect
did
time to end it.
why did you do that? You literally just made it sound like you were gonna end it.
Well, I was just doing some promo.
That was
I was just trying to do some
No.
plugs.
No, ended right there. That was the perfect time to end it.
Bet. Well, I still want to know what the still want to know what the date was.
February
It's
1st.
February something.
Well, there you
February
go.
1st.
Bet.